go on. What rank was I last? Squad captain. So I believe it's squad. What is? How the hell do you wait to risk it here? Target REM has been a little while. Oh yeah, buying demons for everything. And preparing for the eventual yeah, mining, alright. So at this point, it's probably just going to be more mining and that kind of stuff, because we're low on money. We need more demons. Because of my EMP beat more PVW, I think Squad Commander's rank 6. So, like at this point, just building up for demons so I can take on the elite military mission. We're running a little slower than usual. That doesn't change anything. I need to overdrive for the demons. Well, he's considering. How is this coming from? That way.
Warning, enemy detected.
You start improving advanced tech, yeah, that's right. Probably need better bios, bioderms too, it's called bios. Yeah, it's not happening.
Systems.
No, I was gonna hopefully go for penetrating damage, but looks like that's not working out. And it did work out, awesome.
Weapon reloading.
Pretty sure one of them started running away to that other ore field that's in the back here. Because sometimes cybrids, if you overpower the cybrids, sometimes they do just run off map and it'll say you beat them.
Systems.
I've had it happen a few times in way previous experiences. It was years ago now. Only 15 range, that explains a lot actually.
Shields. Weapons.
Because I'm definitely gonna have to replace the ogres with demons later, because the light weaponry here isn't gonna cut it anymore. Gonna need more heavier weapons. There's still more? Damn. How many people do they send over here? Usually mining missions aren't this populated. But I guess it's getting to higher ranks, it's gonna be that way.
Shields. Weapons. Systems. Weapon reloading. Destroyed. Weapon reloading.
Did that just happen? Okay, I feel like something's afoot here. I feel there's no way something that close, an item that close with no issues, and the latest targeting creator would mess up that badly. Something's alright.
Weapon reloading. Destroyed. Shields. Shield centered. Shield centered. Shield centered. Shield centered. Movement. Systems.
Alright. Let's crack through the rest of this ore. Try to see if we can find more also while we're at it. I don't remember if overdrive nodes stack. I feel like saying they do. But I want to get a zero signal just in case the miner's ever close to combat during a mining mission, especially when it gets the higher levels. And they'll have, I think, probably Nihiluses normally on mining missions. I keep getting to continue all here.
Movement. Systems.
But right now, as far as I know, squad captain is rank 5, and you can't hit rank 6 unless you actually do the first military mission. So as far as I know, you get to do one at rank 5, one around rank 10ish if you want to actually go past the temporary level cap, and then the last one is effectively when you probably or preferably hit level 13 and just start spamming your juggernauts with 1 or 2 senseis. But and then maybe have a shadow for mining, but because I forget at what rank where you're actually allowed to start, because usually they want you to experiment with different bioderms to have more bioderms and hercs, but yeah, you really don't need to do that. You end up spending more time just trying to get new bioderms or replace the ones that somehow got old enough.
Movement. Systems. Movement.
There's another ore field,
Systems.
but yeah, you don't have to. Keep exploring for that ore.
Systems.
Unless they have these things run a lot of turns, mostly just because. Oops, that one's full. All that juicy ore. Set that off. over here.
Movement.
Really big speed up a little faster. You just hit continue all, and then you just end the turn. Or just end turn during movement if you want to go faster. In case everyone wanted to
Systems.
speed run the game. As far as I can see, it's the only ore that's left. Yeah, I don't see anything else unless it's this really small slivers. Hopefully after this I can figure out how much units are per ore, maybe just find out how much a unit is to ore. Do some math, maybe. Swap open calculator. Looks smart. Alright, that should be all the ore. And leave. Let's see here. 60. Well, it's only 73% of the ore amount. Oh yeah, the friggin' parasites took it. 21 mon, 65, 25, 21, 14, 32.
Perk base. Perk bay.
Alright, let's just get these ones outfitted. I feel like the SC400 last isn't really doing much now. I mean, it had some utility or some earlier stuff when the shields were weaker, but I got shift up here. Sitting up's a little bit iffy, but problem is this they don't like EMPs, and sometimes they can help, but you actually can't get that shot off really close. We're getting better damaging weapons. This damage is starting to get negligible. This is still not, it has lots of range, but I can also replace it with a Devastator. Maybe 6 more damage, but I'll have less accuracy reliably in the range, because it's got pretty nice range. But I'm actually going to test that out. Let's actually get something here. Actually, no, that's... See, there's ranges on these things. I'm going to stick that in. PBW. So it's advanced tech and lots of advanced tech. That means I only really need piloting skill, advanced tech, and missiles for just a little bit. It's actually a overdrive node so that they can actually move. Because usually when it gets like juggernauts, those things have pretty good movement anyway, but like I think it's demons definitely have a movement issue. Giants a little bit too. Want to get Crystal Matrix, Q11. Alright, let's get PBWs. What are the range on these? 13, so to be fairly close. Yeah, this is generally a standard configuration. Your EMP beamers for the shields, PBWs to start dealing the damage, and then the SB2s for the extra damage in the range. And then you can repair your dampener, your overdrive node, whatever else you want on it. Because this can do PBW, but... So yeah, it's only going to go up to auto health. And... obviously less shield, armor. So that's why you generally want to start replacing these things. But until then, I'm going to need to... Do I have a... Wait, it's before I even stuck the other stuff on? So at this point, I believe I'm at...
Perk base.
So 0, 1, 2, 3... Okay, so this is rank 4. Because Enzyme technically counts as rank 0. As far as I know. So...
Perk base. Perk base.
This is tech 4 now. Don't need to dump that configuration. Replace it with a much more expensive configuration. Oh, I might just leave that one there for anyway, just so I can even tech 4. Oops.
Perk base. Perk base.
87,000. That's not too bad. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to start selling the ogres now. Okay, 8.
Perk base.
So 8, that would be Sensei, Giant. Might get another Giant and Sensei later if I get more Hercs. But the Shadow will probably substitute as a minor. But once I get to a point where I can more minors, then I normally would want Hercs I normally would want. I could probably get another Sensei or something. Because usually you want one Sensei on one side and then another Sensei on the other side to get the sensors. So you can have more, you can see more sight range. Although you can probably, if you do it, you'd probably be fine with just one throughout your career.
Perk sold. Perk purchased.
Just gonna double check it to make sure it's alright. Oh, messed up. Oh, I don't want even lower battery. Here we go. Alright, so now it should be a good. Now I gotta save this again. $90,000. Yep.
Perk base. Bioderm facility. Standby. Link established. Virtual training. ATVI program initiated. Piloting program initiated. ATVI program initiated. ATVI program initiated. Medvat. Initiating total healing for all biogerms.
Alright, so... I don't want to spend money, I don't want to get bioderms just yet, because I looked at that previous mission screen, I believe the one that's unlinked is still aging. So, I don't want to get it more and waste months. Sometimes you don't really notice the months, because you usually scrap them for better bioderms anyway. let's see, if I have 8, I still need another demon just to get the links up normally. And then an extra bioderm later. I might actually get one with a command bioderm. So I can start restoring stability and not have to spend money in the medvat for it.
Perk base. Command center.
That's a great bonus. Alright.
Perk base.
Save it as always, just in case.
Launch initiate.
Gotta be someone there.
Systems. Movement. Systems.
This is a huge one. Oh, of course. You come from that side. Wait. Looks like I made it slight enough. These only have proto nanite. But I haven't really had to use their proto nanite yet, so I might actually not need partial until I actually really start using it, but
Shields.
yeah, and then I think part of the problem with the EMP, just anything in general, is that
Shields.
the range generally will tell you how you can, what am I saying,
Shields.
the weapon's effectiveness. It's max range 10, but you don't always want to be firing at, 10 range all the time. I think one of the better ways to say that would be Cyberstorm 2. Kind of had a system sort of like that. Or I felt when I played that game, that's pretty much how it was. Was because when you had that kind of thing, or when you had, like, Cyberstorm 2, they changed the ranges around a bit and a lot of other stuff, but generally, if, like, there are some weapons for the compression weapons, like the C400s you're seeing and the C1000s earlier, was that was, that's range 10, that's, fairly big. But Cyberstorm 2, that stuff was only um, range 5 or something like that. So you had to get incredibly close and risk, being destroyed. Because the Cyberstorm 2 combat was a lot more, I feel like some people use Streamline, but it was definitely faster. Although I'm not sure exactly you could adjust that, because I'm not sure if I've ever watched that or was that even an option, but usually when you ended your turn, your enemies attacked, I think the way to compare it is in this, when you see, fighting happen, it takes, a few minutes per turn. The missile, you see the animations go, it happens. Cyberstorm 2 was a little bit different, because it did incorporate, you could choose real time if you wanted, and it even stated, the rate of fire for each weapon, like, it was per second, how much could it fire a second. And I think, but if you were playing turn-based anyway, they didn't really show you that too much. Because I know there was one mission where you had to play in real time, or else you would die. Or you wouldn't die, you just fail the mission. So. But I don't believe I have I might actually have that game on another hard drive. But I'd rather finish this game playthrough first before I try uploading a whole nother playthrough of that game. Because that game, if you did, like for Cyberstorm 2, Corporate Wars it was called, because you also see it when, sometimes when I quit, is that game was a little more, I don't want to say complicated, but I try to think of the word. It's definitely different in terms of how you did a lot of your things. Because in this game, you know, you manage your stuff right, you almost never have to. Sometimes you feel like if you have to, you can be one of those.
Systems.
I feel like you could say sort of loser, or just. Cause I've done it in the past where if you mess up, you save load. Which is pretty much how Fallout 3's checkpoint system worked, I think. But, like, you lose a mission, but you'd always save it beforehand. You never save during the mission, because then you basically screw yourself over. Because sometimes even when you do the very first mission, which is usually a patrol mission, or, you never did exploration that early, but usually patrol or just scout, or something like that. The enemies could be on your base really quickly, but it was more of a thing where it's really easy for your units to die. And because in this game, you know, most of the time, units could take a pretty fair pounding. The lighter hercs obviously don't fare as good. But in Cyberstorm 2, you would... It was fairly easy for you to die. Because sometimes in the very first mission, you could take cover behind, you know, trees and stuff, but if they came around and or they haven't fired their weapons yet, because of how opportunity fire works, which is kind of how they, you know, you get close in range to start shooting at you, they get close in range to start shooting at you, like you're kind of seeing in this, is that in that game, how the weapons work, it gets pretty brutal. And sometimes, unless you're CUC, which pretty much means you kind of just win the game anyway, because you have so much cash that, you know, evil corporations get jealous of you, but, or certain evil corporations, you know, whichever ones actually do that practice and all that political jazz, but, essentially is that money in that game, because in this game, mining missions are what you're seeing right now. You know, pretty tedious, just kill a few cybrids real easy, and just trying to mine as much as you can before your ore fills up and then you leave. But Cyberstorm 2 had it different, where you had mining missions where you had mines, and sometimes, and I think whether you were attacking or defending your mine, you had sometimes landmines. In that game, they had more use of landmines. But, you know, the mine itself was a physical structure that just sat there and helped provide you income over time. And part of the things I mentioned is that CUC being really powerful. It's not that their mines were so much better. It's that, first off, they started with more base cash, because they're basically a corporation that just thrives off having cash. So, and they can get cash more easily. Their mines are better. They can hold more mines. So, well, shit, that's one of our auto mines. Just get more mining stuff on it. But essentially, how that game works is that, like, CUC was overpowered, in my opinion. They couldn't exactly hit max technology on everything, but they had the money to ensure that they could get all the hercs with the good technology and get more hercs and bioderms, and it just, mining missions did work different in that, because you had to protect your mine to ensure that you can get your ore going and then take out the other corporations. Get another demon.
purchased. Perk base. Perk bed.
But in that game, it felt very what am I trying to think of here? It's definitely a little bit different game. If I can get a hold of that and play it, that'd be good. I can do that too. And definitely the second game did feel had a little less immersion. Like this game, you got the Herc Bay, the Bioderm, kind of the gritty environment. You got the all in common. Can't really describe it as well as I'd like to, but it's definitely interesting how the two Cyberstorms kind of trail off each other. Not trail off, but I don't know. Not sure where to go from there. But at this point, I just need more mining. Because I need 90k, and selling that ogre is not going to be enough. No wonder I'm keeping Chrononite on those things. That costs a lot. What, Snowball? I know. But, yeah, I'll get partial on it later.
Perk base.
Yeah.
Bioderm facility. Stand
Just like that. Do all that.
ATBI program initiated. Medvat.
I'm going to look through it right now. Try to see if I can find a decent. Because I know Tola's pretty good, but he's really expensive. Not really using too much energy right now. Good missile piloting, advanced tech. That could work out. Let's see. Good advanced tech. Terrible cannon. I don't really need cannon. Usually cannon in this game was definitely more of a giant thing. And it was like giants, ogres, senseis. I think that was it. You could put some stuff like that on Juggernauts and Reapers too if you wanted to, but usually you're using something else entirely. Can't go out Snowball, weather's crappy. This doesn't look too bad actually. But it does have pretty bad missile though, so it's mostly advanced tech missile piloting. I wouldn't actually, it's not bad. Consider that. But I don't want to buy it right now because I still need. So I could probably go. I feel like I could go 4 demons. Probably stick a giant, maybe an extra giant in the back. So 4 demons, 2 giants, sensei, and the shadow. And mostly the reason I have the shadow is just essentially just for mining. That's it. Because in terms of combat, it really doesn't do shit. Well, it doesn't do shit. It's just not very powerful. I'm liking these aura mining missions. Because I don't know why these ones are here. Well, obviously it's code. But it just doesn't feel. Because that's 15k and it's less length, which means your items live longer. I don't see why I take these out of one of those ones. But I feel like I could try Quick Assault. But usually Quick Assault, I feel like I would be more confident if I had better tech. Because defensive installations are essentially just camp and wait for them to come to you and gun them down. But Quick Assault, I feel that you get dropped right in the middle of hybrid, so you really need to have your shields up well or you're going to get blasted. That is just almost going to be a guarantee. I'm not saying every hybrid within So I could try it out, but right now I want to kind of stick to safety here.
Perk base. Perk bay.
Might actually get another mining thing on a different herc here. Slap it on the sensei actually. Saved it. Right.
Launch initiate.
Still the same long patch.
Warning. Enemy detected. Shields.
Right, you go over here and actually guard the shadow in case there's anything else, and all the demons will take point over here.
Systems.
I figure out how they're missing when it's right there. Alright. Look at those shields. Really starting to regret not having EMPs right now. Because at first it was early on, you don't have the bioderm skill or the targeting computers to really make it work. Now I'm really starting to want those EMPs. Not sure if Shadow's protection so much is gonna pull you back.
Reloading. Enemy destroyed.
Excuse me.
Enemy destroyed. Weapon reloading. Destroyed.
Alright, step out of the ore field so Sensei can mine uninterrupted.
Systems.
Because I believe it's either rank 5 or... It looks like it's an earlier rank where you can get improved extractors. Because maximum extractors are 1600 units, but only 90% retrieval, which means you're only getting 90% of whatever unit is here. So that's 20, so you're only getting about 18. 30, I believe you only get 27. You only get 54. I think I'm doing with 54. Right now, I'm messing up basic math. Alright, but
Systems.
improved extractor and the fuller device are 100% retrieval. So, generally, maximum extractors have to use them earlier because you need to get all that ore, and sometimes the ore is not very. It's usually the lesser ore, but at the same time, if there's so much of it, you have to get a lot of fuller devices. But the thing is, one maximum extractor is effectively 3 fuller devices plus extra. But improved extractor is about 2 2/5 of a fuller device. But it's also 100%, so generally it'll probably be able to get the same. It won't be able to store as much as a massive extractor, but you're not going to lose all of that ore. So you can probably potentially get more off an improved extractor. Which, as far as I know, it comes later, but don't remember exactly when. And then there's a low energy extractor, which you never use, and then the Bertrand ore extractor, which you use for the very first training mission if you want. You get a tiny bit of extra credits, but you never use afterward. To be honest, I might replace the shadow at some point. Because I'm noticing here is that I think it's just rougher. No, it's not really rougher terrain at all. It's sort of rougher, but not much. But I just get a sense that because of the better battling capabilities to replace the shadow, or just cram the shadow with anti-gravity unit and overdrive node. The anti-gravity is the unit which comes, I think, around rank 8, which it's, you know, mostly designed just to help your units move faster. On world, I believe usually it's more helpful on worlds where the gravity is heavier, but sometimes there are some worlds in which the gravity is really light, where you really don't see an effect on it, or that it just sometimes certain worlds I know will just disable it outright. Because I forget which world it is where you can't use a certain type of missile.
Systems. Movement. Systems. Movement. Movement. Systems. Movement.
Wait, I need to move a demon? Because he looks like he hasn't fired or moved.
Systems.
I guess he can guard the hurt carrier from invisible threats. Because that's a serious issue.
Movement. Systems.
I don't know, is it just me or I feel like that last mining mission had a lot more, or not a lot more, but a little more. Even though we didn't have the sensei or the maximum extractor to mine it. Yeah, it's almost a whole map.
Perk base. Perk bay.
Oh, come on. Only 200 and something more? Alright, I guess I can change that. You know what? No, let's just... There.
Perk base. Perk bay. Perk purchased. Perk
We'll get
base.
partial nanos later.
Sent.
Oh hey, I have enough to actually get another Kyoko and just slap it on there. Let's try Quick Assault. These things usually go pretty quick.
Perk base.
But I might want to, I could leave my miner in there, but I feel like I'd rather delink it. or unlink it, just so I can, you know, prevent her from being annihilated.
Initiated bioregeneration. Kyoko.
Where the crappy 2000 credit bioderm is better advanced tech and overall missile, or not overall missile, but kind of missile than that monkey. No. I still feel like I want to link you, because in this game, they didn't have life support that allowed for bioderm ejection. Which in Cyberstorm 2, if you lost your hurt, and you had life support that had bioderm ejection, with your bioderm still being alive, you could eject your bioderm out of the battle, and still have it live. And you had slightly different customization in that one too, for bioderms. Let's see. I feel like I could leave it in there, but I'd really have to protect it though. So I'm going to take that risk.
Perk base.
Alright, let's definitely save the game.
Launch initiated.
Oh boy. Kinda starting to regret this one. See a lot of genocides. And it's not even what I might be able to see right now.
Shields.
Yeah, that's what I said about quick assaults. You really need to be able to kill them quick.
Shields.
Not sure why you need to fire missiles that close. I have devastators for that purpose.
Weapons.
That's why when you're quick assaults, I generally recommend either not moving at all or taking very small steps.
Weapon reloading.
So that way you just don't get annihilated. Because I don't like this angle very much, because even though you could, like, this would be great if I was, you know, back here. But you really can't do this before they move and start shooting you. Alright. Should have seen that one coming.
Life signs terminated. Reloading. Enemy destroyed. Shields. Weapons. Shields.
Okay.
Weapons. Weapon recharging. Shields. Weapons. Shields.
I actually just fired an EP beamer at an empty shield.
Shields.
Okay, this is way easier than I thought it was, but Alright, so on that awkward note, anyway, it's gonna cost me losing my miner a second time. I'll mark that down somewhere. I had to save load. So I guess I'll end it here for right now. So it's mostly just mining in this video. I will see if I can get Cyberstorm 2 just for later. But then maybe actually, oops, I didn't want to actually exit it that far. But maybe at some point find someone for either play by email or the hot seat game of Cyberstorm where you can effectively just, you know, make it whatever you want. 20,000 rank 1, or, you know, for shits and giggles. As far as I know, the herc restrictions still apply. So I believe you're only allowed to still get 4 hercs. So it would probably be pretty much something like that, maybe. And then you go through customizing. Yeah. And you can fight AI with your customized group too, but I feel like I might just save this for another, just multiplayer overview for another video. Yep, so I'll get this. So yeah, that should be good for about right now. I will catch you guys later and try to avoid that awkward save loading thing, because I know, to be honest, I feel it's kind of cheap to do that, because I used to do that a lot when I was younger with Cyberstorm 2, because sometimes you lose one thing and that game felt like you had no money to replace anything, even when you tried doing good mining. But I'll catch you guys later, and hopefully we get to rank 5 and do military missions later. By we, I mean me, because, well, I think definitely give any remote desktop connection. So yeah. Alright, I'll catch you guys later.